Hi everyone, this is Misha from Made Up Me Search, and today I'm going to be talking about new Balea Skincare. I have 9 products in total because there has been quite an expansion in the range of products they have, and I was curious. So let's see what I think about them. First thing we have is the continuation of the Beauty Expert line, which looks something like this, very similar packaging on all of the products, in which we have a new cleanser, toner, 2 serums, and 2 moisturizers. But I also have the Balea Med Sensitive line, as well as a new sunscreen from their Sundance sister brand, which I was very excited to try. There is still clear focus on a low number of ingredients, clear usage of actives, so you usually have actives written out on every product together with their percentage, and we're also still keeping the prices very affordable. All of the products that I have here today are alcohol-free, essential oil-free, and fragrance-free, which I'm always happy to hear. And I've been using all of these for at least a couple weeks, most of them for a couple months. So I really want to tell you my thoughts about these and like all the tea about the ingredients and other stuff. You know how it goes. As usual, I'm going to start with cleansers. The first cleanser that I have here is the Beauty Expert Jelly Cleanser in this beautiful blue packaging, which contains 1% panthenol and 10% glycerin, also 0.5% BHA, and is just supposed to be a very mild, everyday exfoliating cleanser. Besides the cleansing, should also hydrate the skin and help you managing your pores, sebaceous filaments, and stuff like that, thanks to the BHA. Now, you do get 125 milliliters of product, which I think is pretty generous for a cleansing gel. And as I already said, the main ingredients are panthenol for soothing the skin and moisturizing it, glycerin, again, for hydrating the skin, moisturizing, and for that nice slip, and the salicylic acid for targeting your pores specifically. In a cleanser like this, the BHA is not going to do the most work. However, it's still good, in my opinion, to put low dosage of BHA in different steps of your skincare routine that you use consistently just as a cleanser, and is definitely not going to harm. Also in this cleanser, we do have a bunch of mild cleansing agents, which is nice. No harsh ingredients, nothing that's going to strip your skin dry. Now, in my experience, this does provide a very nice and creamy lather. So it does foam up easily, it washes everything away, and it leaves the skin feeling really nice, hydrated, not overly stripped. It is not too thick, so it washes off easily. And the BHA doesn't really irritate your skin. I don't think you can really tell that it's in there, which is just like a nice bonus. Again, though, it is just a cleanser, so you wouldn't really expect any miracles from it. However, this definitely an everyday cleanser that I would recommend to basically anyone. Another cleanser that I have is the Balea Med Ultra Sensitive Jelly Wash, which is supposed to be targeting more sensitive skin, which we'll get to that. So it should take care of your barrier as well as effectively cleanse your skin, which is a good mixture of properties. You do get 150 milliliters of product, so this one is even slightly bigger than the previous one I talked about. And in the ingredients, you do have a lot of stuff, including vitamin E, glycerin, panthenol, different emollients, and betaine, which are things that are supporting your barrier for sure and keeping your skin hydrated and nice. However, we also have the sodium C1416 olefin sulfonate, which is a very common harsh cleansing ingredient. So this is usually used in like hair washes to get rid of a lot of buildup in like deep cleansing shampoos. Why does this have to be in a face wash that is supposed to be targeting sensitive skin is something that is completely beyond me. Like, it is pretty harsh, and from what I did, my research, I don't think it acts any different on the skin. So it is still like pretty stripping cleanser. So I would not recommend this for sensitive skin. In my experience, it does cleanse you like really well. It is one of those cleansers that leaves you a little bit dry on the surface, but it does cleanse as well. However, for sensitive skin, I do not think this is the way at all. Also, it does have very fun jiggly texture, but for sensitive skin, you know, the second ingredient being one of the most harsh cleansers I know, besides SLS, I don't think I would necessarily recommend this to you as, you know, something for sensitive skin. This could be a disaster, I think. So I just wanted to warn you straight up. I don't think this cleanser is good for sensitive skin. Now, the one toner that I have, again, the Beauty Expert line, is the Skin Refining Toner with 3% mandelic acid and 2% salicylic acid. So this, as probably you guessed, is an AHA toner, very mild exfoliating toner. I think this is supposed to be okay for everyday use. And if you do not know, AHA is just like the mandelic acid and glycolic acid are things that are helping your skin get exfoliated, get rid of dead skin cells, partially also help with the state of your pores. and just overall rejuvenating the skin a little bit faster using chemical peeling. Now, besides just exfoliation, it's supposed to be hydrating and calming as well. And it promises unclogged pores, hydrated skin, and brightened face. So that is all wonderful. You get 100 milliliters of product, which is usual with these little bottles. And besides the AHAs, you also have glycerin, betaine, and panthenol in the formula. So it is supposed to exfoliate your skin on one side, but on the other also provide you with some hydration and calming, which is the perfect balance. I feel like a lot of exfoliants do this nowadays, and it's very nice because you don't have to like catch up onto the exfoliant with more hydrating moisturizing product. You kind of have it all in one. Now, it's not too harsh. It feels really nice on the skin. To me, this wasn't irritating whatsoever. It works really nice. It kind of like gets rid of everything, all the gunk on your face. It's a beautiful exfoliating product. I usually struggle with just pure AHA toners, but this one really, really nice. I find it very effective. My skin is glowing for days. And I just think it's super nice that even this low percentage of acids can do so good for your skin. Absolutely recommend it. If you are starting with acids, if you're looking for like a nice mild exfoliant, this is definitely a product that I would recommend for you. And it is a very thin texture. However, it still leaves the skin pretty hydrated. It's not like other thin toners that can leave you more dry than before you applied them. This one actually does give you like a little bit of that hydration, which is definitely beneficial. So, good one. I like this one. We also have 2 new serums, both from the Beauty Expert line. The first one I want to talk about is the Fine Line Freezer, which is quite a complex serum. It is supposed to be like an anti-aging serum that should also hydrate your face. It does have like a bit of a creamier texture than I'm used to, but it's still pretty lightweight and I did quite like it. It does contain, of course, 30 milliliters of product, as usually these serums do. So you got peptides, you got collagen, and you get amino acids, which means we're looking at anti-aging, smoothing the skin, rejuvenating the skin, plumping it up, all this stuff to, help with wrinkles, hydration, and stuff like that. So you have almond oil as the base in it. That's why it's creamy, which is nice because it's not a very heavy oil. You also have the peptides, you have glycerin, you have collagen, amino acids, just things that are mostly helping the skin barrier, retaining moisture, and rejuvenating the skin. So I feel like this is a really nice serum if you are looking into some anti-aging products. It's not like super drastic in terms of like being harsh on the skin or anything. Not at all. This is just something you can use all the time, every day. And overall, I feel like my skin is very soft using this. It is looking really nice. I'm not really suffering from many wrinkles, so I cannot reflect on that. However, it does make my skin feel nice, and I do use it as an evening serum usually. So I don't have anything bad to really say about it. The next serum that I have is the new Beauty Expert Triple Effect Booster with tranexamic acid and N-acetylglucosamine. There's a lot of ingredients that are hard to pronounce on these new serums, and I feel like they're really trying to step up the game in terms of the anti-aging, which is fine by me. And this is a vitamin A serum, which means exactly what you think. It's a retinal serum. I was very surprised when I saw this because this looked pretty like advanced for Balea. So I was very happy to see it. It's supposed to be like a do-it-all anti-aging serum. Again, you get 30 milliliters of product. It is even more creamy than the previous one. But considering the fact that it has retinol in it, it is actually a very nice texture that sinks in easily and doesn't leave you greasy, which I love to see. Now, it is supposed to be smoothing for the skin, helping with hyperpigmentation, wrinkles, eliminating redness, and strengthening your skin barrier. So, as I said, it does it all. In it, you do have 5% niacinamide, 0.1% retinal, which we all kind of know now is like the better one. Now, then we have the drugstore acid with 3% that is supposed to help with the hyperpigmentation, and the N-acetylglucosamine, which is very hard to pronounce. That helps keep the skin moisturized and also helps fade hyperpigmentation when combined with niacinamide. So we have like a little power duo going on here. You also have glycerin and almond oil in it, so it's a really nice texture. It is not watery, it is not super lightweight jelly, but it is very lightweight cream, I would say. And it just works really nice for me. Personally, when I use retinols or like retinoids in general, I do see a difference in my skin. I kind of go like on and off because sometimes I'm just too lazy to keep track. So I stop using them for a bit and then I come back. And this one, I gotta say that my skin has been so much better after like using this for a couple months that I really think this is one of the main reasons. I kind of switched up the routine because I needed to like reset my face because I was just getting these weird red spots everywhere and I couldn't figure out why. So I went back to the basics. I introduced the retinol again. And I have to say that part of this is definitely in this product. Part of the reason that my skin is looking kind of good actually now. So I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for a very affordable retinol. I think this is probably the best formula of retinol that they had in the DM drugstore, probably like ever in this price range. So they're getting better and I love that, and I would definitely recommend you go and get this. Next we have a very simple moisturizer. This is the Beauty Expert Hydration Cream. You can see the color is the same as their hydrating toner. So these two are kind of like, you know, besties. We have 10% glycerin and 5% panthenol in this, and it's supposed to be just a very basic moisturizer. You get 50 milliliters of product in this little cube, which is very travel friendly. You also have betaine and allantoin in the formula, so it's supposed to be, again, hydrating, barrier protecting, moisturizing, all this stuff. Just a very basic moisturizer you can put on top of everything. It does contain something called the Serum, which is their like trademarked ingredient, which is supposed to soothe the skin and strengthen the barrier. And you also have vitamin E and different skin identical ingredients that are supposed to help the barrier, as well as some oils and emollients like almond oil, jojoba oil, sunflower oil, a little bit of shea butter. So it's not the most lightweight moisturizer for sure. For me, this is strictly a nighttime moisturizer because, as you know, I cannot really stand heavy moisturizers during the day at all. But overall, I feel like people who enjoy a little bit of a thicker cream might really like this, and it is super affordable, and I would say probably better in both texture and ingredients than their similarly priced moisturizers. So I would say that this one probably wins in that category. For me, it's a nice nighttime moisturizer because I can put it on top of everything and it's not gonna mess up anything because there aren't any actives in it. It's not, you know, too thin, too watery, too jelly, or like super thick. It's kind of in the middle. So I can use it all the time, and I have like not even a half left, I think, at this point. So I do like it a lot for a very basic moisturizer. But if you're looking for something more anti-aging, more just complex, this is not it. But it's a really nice, you know, basic moisturizer. I've been really into my like basic moisturizers lately. And another one that I have here is the Beauty Expert Pink Night Cream. I'm not sure if they still sell this because I did see this like a while back and then never again. But this is their cream with 4% pre and postbiotics and 0.5% bisabol. I'm having a tough time with the ingredients today, guys. I am. So it is supposed to be a calming and regenerating night cream, specifically for the night. It is very, very pink, as the packaging may suggest. And you get, again, 50 milliliters of product in a tube. It's supposed to support the skin barrier health, moisture, and soothe and balance out the skin. Sounds amazing. Now, the ingredients, of course, as I said, the bisabol, which is helping with redness and calms down the skin. We have vitamin B12, which helps balance the skin barrier. Also prebiotics that help with hydration in the skin, and postbiotics, which help with elasticity of the skin. Besides that, we have vitamin E, different emollients, glycerin, squalane, but also what I was very surprised about is that this has like a pink and purple dye in it. They have like a whole paragraph on the website saying that the vitamin B12 is what gives the cream the color, and then you look at the ingredients and there's literally a pink dye. Why? Come on. Like, I get it, you like a good clickbait, sure. But why is that necessary? However, I do like it as a night cream. It is a very nice texture. It's a little bit more lightweight than the blue moisturizer I just showed you, but it's definitely moisturizing. It keeps everything in. It works well in so many different routines. Very basic. Just a joy to use up. Like, this is basically empty now. I just squeezed out the last bit for you on the swatch. But it's definitely a nice moisturizer. If you see this somewhere, I would say I prefer it to the hydrating one, but it's, you know, I don't even know if they still sell it. I wonder why. Next, I have an SPF that I want to talk about. This is not Balea specifically, but it is the DM owned brand called Sundance. They have a lot of different SPFs. I was always buying their body SPFs, especially like the mists and the sprays. Those are my favorite. And they have some of the best SPF formula I've ever used. It's just my go-to SPF for the body. For the face, not so much. I feel like the Rossmann drugstore was always kind of ahead in that category. However, now they came out with these like glass bottle SPFs. This one is the Clear Skin Plus Sun Serum with SPF 50+, broad spectrum protection, and you have glycerin, niacinamide, inulin, vitamin E, and arginine in it. Like, this is a powerhouse for your face. This is an amazing SPF. The one thing that I hate about it is the chunky packaging, because this is so freaking chunky. You have like the glass bottle, The pump that doesn't really fit, that is huge though. So I would, repackage, because otherwise this is some of the best SPF I've ever used. Now, to tell you more about it, it's supposed to be mostly targeting people with acne and also people who want to even out their skin tone a little bit more. But I think this is kind of for everyone. Especially if you have oily skin, I think you're gonna love this. You get 50 milliliters of product, even though the bottle looks like there could be more, there's not. And besides the obvious sun protection, it is supposed to even out your skin tone, help with acne and pores and everything like that. And overall, just, improving your skin's health. Now, the ingredients: chemical UV filters. You do have all the things that I just listed, like glycerin, niacinamide, inulin, vitamin E, blah, 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 blah. One thing that I think is worth noting is that it's not waterproof. So just know when you're out and about at a pool or in a sea, you should be reapplying this more, because, it's going to get splashed off. However, it is a super lightweight, very serumy sunscreen that I've been just using on the daily. I cannot stop using this. It's so good. It's super lightweight, like it's almost watery, so runny, but I feel like it really gives you the protection, first of all, because it's been super sunny this year. I almost want to try the other ones because I think they have like 3 types of SPF in this very same packaging line. And I really want to see what they're about as well, because this one just blew my socks off. This is such a good SPF. And I also really like it under makeup because it's so lightweight that you cannot really even feel that you're working with some SPF underneath your other products, which is amazing. So definitely a great recommendation from me. Like, this is the SPF that's so worth it this year. And the last product I have are the Balea Hautrein, which I'm not sure what does that mean, but they are the pimple patches. And I was very excited because they were super affordable. There are so many pimple patches on the market right now, and I thought, you know what, if Balea has them, I have to try them out. So I did. Now you have actually 36 patches, 18 per size, so you have like smaller ones and bigger ones, and they are just supposed to calm down any spots and help, get rid of them using very low percentage of BHA. Now the problem with these is not really that they wouldn't work. They still do work, but the main nope is the material they're from, because usually you have these like almost gel patches, like they're very thin, plasticky, but very bendy, flexible material. These look promising, but they're almost like hard plastic. Like once you put them on your face and you move the face a little bit, they just start coming off immediately because they're not very flexible. So every time you move your face, they just want to unstick, and it gets very annoying very quickly. You cannot put makeup over them, because of this. So they're very, very noticeable and not very comfortable to wear, which I'm very sad to report, because price-wise they were pretty good, but they are just not it. Maybe like on your forehead or something where you don't really move that much. But for me, I was trying them like around my mouth. That was insane. It still kind of worked in a way that it did calm down the spot and it was looking a little bit better. But I gotta say, like when I wore them overnight, they were just everywhere. They wouldn't stay on my face. So I wouldn't recommend these. I think there are way better pimple patches on the market than these. Like, don't get these. And that is it, my friends. Those were all 9 products that I was trying from Balea in the past few months and what I think about them. So let me know if there are any products you would like me to try as well that I, skipped, overlooked, or just didn't get. I don't know. And like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.